Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. This is Iris's Shared Nuggets, Drop a Nugget 21-day gratitude challenge. And today is day 5. We're at day 5, and so this is a gratitude challenge checkup. Just checking in with you, going through our steps that we've been going through. And I want to just jump right into it. This 21-day challenge, we started on Monday. Today is day 5. It's Friday. Happy Friday. This is a challenge of gratitude, reminding ourselves to encourage ourselves, to lift up ourselves, to pour into ourselves, to empower ourselves first thing in the morning, to start off our day in a positive way. We do this challenge by starting with 6 points of gratitude in the morning. So writing down 6 things that you're grateful for. Pouring into yourself, simple things, little things, whatever that is for you. It could be just writing down a word. That word triggers many thoughts, or it could be a whole phrase, whatever works for you. And not taking the simple things for granted, that we breathe, that we can blink our eyes, that we can see. One of the things that I wrote down this morning for one of my 6 points is when I opened my eyes, it was such a beautiful skyline, the colors, and then as the sun broke through it, how it didn't make it disappear, it just shined through it. And it just was such a beautiful sight, and it just put me in awe of God. And so that was how I started my day, with such a beautiful vision, such a beautiful view. So first thing, your 6 points of gratitude. Second, verse of the day, the scripture of the day, and we'll go into that in a minute. Third, your life verse. I challenged you to identify a life verse, a verse from the Bible that you can stand on, that encourages you, just reading it or hearing it or thinking about it, and to say that to yourself every day. Mine is Jeremiah 29:11, and paraphrase, it says that God knows the plans he has for me, plans to prosper me and not to harm me, to give me a hope in a future. And in another verse it says to give me an expected end. So that's my life verse. 4th is the quote of the day. I've already posted it in the group, and we'll go over it here again. And 5, just keep yourself encouraged. We're meeting here every morning, and this is to encourage one another, to be encouraged to go through these 21 days. Now, it doesn't matter whether you started day 1 or not. If you're coming on today, that's great too. You can go through with us to the 21st day, or you can continue on to include your 21. Why 21 days? 21 days is the length of time identified as it takes to create a habit, to introduce something new into your system, into your lifestyle. And so doing it consistently for 21 days creates that habit. Of course, continuing it, or being able to continue it, is most important. But doing it consistently for that 21 days puts that impact of consistency and allowing you to do it ongoing. So let's get into the scripture for today. I like to read it in different versions, and I have 2, but they're both in Corinthians. So 1 Corinthians 13, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and I'll go with verse 13 first. In the Message Bible, let me put a pause pin there just to acknowledge the Message Bible. It makes it so plain and so clear, so in simple English. It puts it in simple, plain, understandable English. And I remember when I first started reading the Message Bible, or the Message version, I had to go back to the King James, because I'm like, okay, wait, who's saying this? Like, Are they talking about me? Like, who knows? It is so direct, so explained and detailed that it can stop you in your tracks. And so that's what I like about the Message Bible. If you don't understand a verse in the King James or the NLT, New Living Translation, go to the Message. It'll give a version of it or an explanation of it that makes it plain, makes it clear. Of course, reading other versions is very helpful and a good way of comparing it for your understanding. So Corinthians 13:13 in the Message Bible. But for right now, until that completeness, we have 3 things to do to lead us toward that consummation. Trust steadily in God. Hope unswervingly. Love extrovertantly. And the best of the 3 is love. That's 1 Corinthians 13, verse 13. And now I'm going to go to verse 4. So 1 Corinthians 13, 4. In the NIRV, which is the New International Revised Version, it says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not want what belongs to others. It does not brag. It is not proud. And in the NIV, chapter 4 says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. And of course, the Message version says, if I give everything, I owe to the poor and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I don't love, I've gotten nowhere. So no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I'm bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut, doesn't have a swelled head, doesn't force itself on others, isn't always, quote unquote, me first, doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't keep score of the sins of others, doesn't revel when others grovel, takes pleasure in the flowering of truth, puts up with anything, trusts God always, always looks for the best, never looks back, but keeps going to the end. And that's 1 Corinthians 13, verses 3 through 7 in the Message Bible.